Last time on Fantasy Adventure Machine.
I suggest now you leave. We do need the building to burn. I can, actually just tell him to go back? Well,
I want to go on adventures through time.
Mr. Knight, because this isn't 1953, is it, Shar? Come here, Sir Knight.
Shar pulls her phone out and tries to taser the knight.
And I fall to the ground.
I would be quite interested in accompanying you to your Beth.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Are you sure that a spaceship is a good place for a young child?
No,
Also,
but,
where did you get him?
I tased him. I didn't mean to. He's just wearing a lot of metal. I don't know what to do with the child.
Last time we met, the crew just discovered that you accidentally tased a young boy. Would you like to explain what happened?
This full-grown man just became this small child, and it is unsettling, sir. It is unsettling.
You heard her. She tased a full-grown man, and then he became a child. He must just shrink with electricity.
All right. Should we shock him again?
Yeah, that'll work.
No!
Wait, what if he turns into a little baby?
Then, if we do it one more time after that, he'll return to his mother.
Dr. Van Helsing, I don't like telling people what to do, but if you would like to attempt to administer aid to this young
You're
child.
literally a doctor.
Yeah, Nathan, do your
I
one
always
purpose.
forget that my character's competent. Okay.
So does everyone else. It's okay.
I investigate the child. I would like to try to help the child. If it's investigate, then it's
lore.
okay.
I can't help you at all because I don't have lore.
Ooh, that's a +2.
I have lore, but it's really only useful if I'm investigating animals.
Humans are animals.
You can get a +1 from Dr. Zooman if he decides he'd like to help.
I'm your medical assistant. I'm like, it appears to be a mammal, doctor.
Excellent work, Suman.
This young child has been subject to extreme emotional stress, has a very quick heartbeat, and has hair standing on end. There's also strange burn marks that are in the elbows, the crook of the knee, and other places that might have come into direct contact with super electrified armor.
We need to get rid of this child immediately.
What?
Wait, we need to get rid of this child?
He's going to awake soon, and then he will begin to cry. I cannot handle it.
Vampires, no worries. Small children, nah.
I think we should clarify for our listeners what age this person is, because I feel like we're making him sound very, very young.
He's about 10.
I mean, he is a super, right? So, that's kind of our area. Beth, do you know anything about this night and the subsequent 10-year-old boy?
I do have record of an anachronistic knight that was preventing petty crimes in the 50s and 60s and then suddenly disappeared. He was known as the Lone Knight.
Hold on, the Lone Knight or the Lone Knight?
I do not believe that I can put any more emphasis on the word zoom in.
Okay, all right. So, Shah, you're 100% sure this boy was previously the knight?
Why would you question me on that? Have I ever lied to you about anything? Have I ever mistakenly tased someone and turned them into a boy before?
No. All right.
That can go lots of directions.
Not to lessen your point of argument, but I'm pretty sure you've tased yourself with that thing a couple of times.
But I was always truthful about it.
That's fair. Beth, can you just dump a stream of water from the ceiling directly onto his face?
And what is in it for me?
The comedy gold of seeing a stream of water pour directly onto a 10-year-old boy's face?
Zoomin, I believe that you are aware of where the water is, just as you are aware of the sawdust.
All right, you know what? And I grab my Cool Ranch Doritos, crush them in my hand, and wave them under his nose.
Then water drops on his face, but it gets on Zoomin at the same time.
Dang it!
Yes, and now Cool Ranch Dorito powder is plastered all over you.
And Shar's upset for 2 reasons now.
But the boy is now awake.
Oh, I am.
The boy!
Gee whiz! What happened? Who are to all die? And I look down at my hands, notice I'm a boy, and Oh boy.
Yes, indeed you are.
Oh my gosh, are you okay? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that I tased you. I did not mean to at all. And I really need to make sure that you don't hate me. But I really needed you to cooperate with me, and you weren't doing that. And I was just really worried about that. And so it was a split-second decision. And anyway.
All right, Sha, let's ask some questions of the kid. Who are you? What's your name?
Ralph?
What's your parents' phone number?
Ralph, what? You were okay. So, I can't.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go clean up.
All
Somebody
right,
else
all
ask
right.
this kid.
Everyone
just walk
give
away.
the boy some space. I can do this.
Actually, gee whiz, I have my head hurts something fierce.
That's probably because you fell down.
After you were tased.
Where's my baseball bat?
Sharp picks it up. Oh, unless it's somewhere else.
Chaos has it.
Okay.
All right.
We've got your baseball bat. Everything's gonna be super okay. Just take some deep breaths. I'm sure the Van Helsing could get you like some ibuprofen for your headache, and it's totally gonna be all right. Are you aware that you're a small boy and you used to be a large man?
Okay, no need to flip your lid here.
Look, I'm
yes.
super calm. Star's eyes twitching.
Just in the background, you hear just like Zoo's like, my lid is so flipped.
Yes, so I am the knight, yes.
Cool. So I don't know if we can keep you on the ship.
I think
What
you
are we,
may
freaking
need a
daycare?
permission slip from his parents.
Yeah, we might need like some authorization. Ooh.
That's actually a really good point. Like, are we...
Small human. Which one is your true age? This age or the taller age?
Effie, that's a great question. You're so smart.
Thank you.
Oh, goodness.
You think his superpowers turned into a little boy? Come on!
You turned into a chihuahua.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, you're right.
So, this is a goof. You weren't supposed to know. This is my secret identity.
Chaos.
Man, you got ripped off. Batman gets to turn into a billionaire, and you turn into a 12-year-old?
10.
Yeah, so when I use my baseball bat, I can turn into a knight, and I go around fighting crime as the lone knight. Don't take me back, please.
You know, kiddo, that's a real big responsibility for someone who was probably playing kick the can a while ago.
I mean,
I still play
presumably he
kick
was
the can.
playing baseball.
I think this explains, like, a lot of why you are so bad at trying to stop us from kidnapping someone earlier.
Yeah, and it also explains why you thought we were all communists. I mean, like, not saying that we're not, because, you know, who knows these days, but
I'm getting the sawdust.
can you help us understand why you don't want to go back to your time, buddy?
Yeah, I don't want to go back to Mrs. Nelson.
Was there a school assignment that you neglected to finish and it's due tomorrow?
Maybe. No.
Are you in trouble with something? Like, I don't know, like, do bad guys know about you?
Of course they know. The bad guys in New York, they know about the Lone Knight. And they run from the Lone Knight. Because a Lone Knight brings justice.
All right. It was bad enough when you were a grown-ass man. I don't want to hear about justice from a 10-year-old boy. All right? Listen, we still got some problems to deal with. Can we, like, leave him with someone and go fix the world and then
I
come
can
back?
help.
Mate, until your balls drop, I don't want to hear nothing out of you, all right?
Sharp pinches the bridge of her nose and says, I feel like he's my responsibility because unfortunately I was the one that, you know, like she like imitates tasing herself so that she doesn't say that in front of the boy.
I mean, to be fair, he was a 10-year-old stowaway pretending to be a knight before you tased him. But sure, you hang out with little hero in training here and we'll see what else we can do, I guess. I'm going to bed. We'll do this in the morning. I'll lay down some sawdust for this kid and it'll be fine.
So, anyway, Mr. White, this is our Beth, and this
Oh my
is our
gosh, I
crew.
forgot about Frank. Wow, he is really good at that thing he does.
You certainly have a most interesting domicile and set of compatriots.
Zoo wants to go to bed, so Zoo turns to Frank and says, look, Frank, we obviously have some stuff going on. Can you just come back in the morning and we'll deal with the whole Horace thing? Just promise me you won't use the same methods you were planning on using on that Amber lady, and we can see you tomorrow.
I have no intention of causing the assassination of Mr. Horace Page.
That's good enough for me, Frank. All right.
I'd like everyone to make a fate roll and just tell me what the answer is before we wrap this up.
0.
I also got 0, but interestingly, I rolled 2 pluses and 2 negatives.
I got a +2, so positive fate roll.
I got a 1.
-3.
Thank you, everyone, for your rolls.
All right, that's ominous.
Hey, Ralph, buddy, if you come with me, I can find you a spare bedroom or something. And, I have some, extra samples of body wash that you can use.
Am I accompanying Frank out at this point?
You can now accompany Frank out. He will leave with you.
All right, Frank, let's go.
Thank you indeed for your courteousness, Dr. Zuman.
Yeah, I'm so sorry we couldn't chat longer. Apparently now we have a child stowaway and we may be involved in some kind of kidnapping. I don't know. Yeah.
If you need any assistance with the legal or moral ramifications, I, of course, can be at your service to provide counsel.
Yeah, you definitely seem like the kind of guy who would know what to do in the event of a child kidnapping. Thanks, Frank. I appreciate it.
All right.
This may be a good time to remind everyone that I am also a lawyer.
Indeed, I have seen your resume now includes time lawyer.
Yes, that is correct. That will be added to my long list.
Have you been properly credentialed?
It's more of an experience thing.
If you require access to the intertemporal bar exam, I can get you an audience.
I have already secured a place for Dr. Van Helsing in the next bar exam. Thank you very much, and good day.
All right. We are going to cut to the next morning if none of you have any objections.
Okay, Ralph, so I'm not locking the door on you or anything, but if you try to get out, you probably won't be able to. Okay, good night.
Where is his room located?
It's right next to Char's.
Okay, cool.
Gee willikers, a room to myself.
And it does have a race car bed, which is exciting.
Woohoo!
If you're 10, do you still want a race car bed? Maybe.
Yes.
I definitely wanted,
over 30
like,
and I want a race
cool-
car bed.
Dad's like, woman, please. Like, do they make him in king? That's my only question.
All right. Oh boy, that was a good night. I've not had
Holy
such a good
shit,
night.
I forgot about that guy.
I've not had such a good night's sleep for, at least since I got to this time period. Do you know what they made their beds out of right now? Nothing soft, I tell you what.
Oh, I totally didn't see you there, Jerome. Hi.
Oh, hi.
What room did you sleep in?
I was just right here under the console all night. It was great.
It's not any more comfortable than the hay beds.
You'd be surprised.
He barely snored, so I did not see the need to get rid of him.
All right.
Anyway, I assume you've already finished everything and the Page Act is back on track and we can all go home, right?
Yeah, about that.
So we're really efficient, but
We have to start first.
Yeah.
I see.
I haven't even had my morning cuppa yet, Jerome. Just give me a sec, man.
All of a sudden you hear the pitter patter of tiny feet.
Oh my God, what is that?
As Char hears his feet, she dives towards where Ralph is coming in and, like, rolling tackles him and then, like, hides him from Jerome and is like, there's nothing here.
And that was just part of your morning calisthenics, I assume.
Every day.
This, again, is why I could not keep up with you.
Exactly.
It is very impressive.
All right, Jerome, look, mate, come with me, mate. We'll have some brekkie, and then we'll figure out. Maybe you have some advice about Horace and all that. Come on, Van Helsing, you want to come too?
Okay, so the first thing you have to do is convince him that all Irishmen are not gay prostitutes.
I think we got that part. We did that part.
Yes, I made some good headway with him in the bar in that department, as long as he still remembers.
Wait, are we having memory problems? Is there something going on with people losing memory?
No, it's more about alcoholism, mate. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. I was worried because I know there's some other time travelers around. I wanted to make sure nobody was, doing our job.
No one got flashed last night. It's all good.
Oh, a lot of people got flashed last night.
We're not telling him. Oh, fine. Mr. White helped us to track down Amber's suit, and in the process, we did some Men in Black stuff and flashed people and told them it was all swamp gas off of Jupiter, and it was fine.
Cool. So you got Amber's suit? Can you give it to me?
We destroyed Amber's suit.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why we don't have comms. By the way, we don't have comms.
Oh, I wonder why you weren't giving me any advice like you normally do.
Yeah.
You ran into somebody named Mr. White who had advanced technology?
Yeah. I mean, he's remarkably average.
He was here last night.
Oh dear.
Yeah, he was here. I'm surprised you.
How did you not hear him if you were under the console?
I was very asleep. Do you know what it's like hiking in the forest for 2 days?
Yeah, I do. It's quite fun.
Yeah. Well, honey, when you get to my age, it's a lot less fun. So, scarily normal guy, right?
Beth, do you have photos or video footage of him in the room with us?
Any security footage that Beth has, he is somehow obscured. Whether it's because he knew exactly where the cameras were, or because there was weird mechanical glitches.
These guys are artificially enhanced to be perfect temporal agents. We're supposed to kind of be working with them, but they're private. They're hired by companies. I don't really like them. They give me the heebie-jeebies, and also they're better at my job than I am, and I find that to be offensive.
He's being made redundant. Pretty soon it's just going to be his job will be taken over by some kind of machine.
We got one time suit and this Beth, but you guys have the Beth. And there was another time suit that I lost, and I'm not wearing mine right now, and I think you have it, Shah.
Here, I was just keeping it safe for you. I had it dry cleaned. Here you go.
Oh, thank you so much. I know after the forest it was a little ripe, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I took it and dry cleaned it.
You're such a sweetheart.
If you are all ready to exit the ship.
As they're all leaving, Shar turns to Ralph, grabs the baseball bat, and gives it to him, and she's fashioned a kind of backpack that he can strap it to, and she hands it to Ralph and says, I hope it's okay.
Did you even sleep? You created a line of fashion, you made a backpack that's embroidered,
Shar doesn't sleep when she doesn't have to.
Take 1 point of mental stress.
Oh yeah, all of our stress is resolved, right? I can get rid of more stress boxes.
Yeah, go ahead and wipe your stress for sleeping.
Well, as long as you don't keep giving me the royal shaft.
What?
We should not discuss the shaft with children on this podcast.
It means to be treated unfairly.
It means something, all right. Anyway.
Yeah, and so I then grab the baseball bat, and I will hold it aloft above my head, and I'll say, by the might of Sir Tiffany's sword! And you hear the thunder.
I've got bad news for you, Dan.
Oh no.
You do say all that, but you don't transform right now.
Oh, that is bad news.
But you also don't use any fate points. You're welcome.
Oh.
But we all definitely saw it, and now Jerome is aware of the 10-year-old boy with a baseball bat screaming unnecessarily weird things into the heavens.
That is
Ralph,
the royal
that
shaft.
was really cute. Let's not say shaft anymore, shall we? So why don't you just go ahead and put the baseball bat on your back, and then make sure that you hold my hand anytime we're crossing the street. Any more than that, you don't need to hold it. Okay.
Should we really be taking him out?
I can't leave him here on the ship.
I'm lost for words.
On your way to Mr. Horace's office, you pass relatively close to the place that Haven used to stand. And Keith, I need you to make a will save for me, please.
That is a +2 to will.
That's fantastic. You have the irresistible urge to go check out the ruins of the Haven.
I go check out the ruins of the Haven.
Do you want to communicate to anyone else that you're leaving to go check this out, or?
Nope.
Nope.
I mean,
Kay.
don't we just notice?
It's literally
Zoom
a
in just
compulsion that
peels
comes over
off.
me, and I just peel off.
Everybody just watches him start walking a different direction.
Shar stops and she just like stares after Zubin.
Same.
I'm gonna go with him.
Yeah, I think that sounds.
Not you, please. You're the only one who can talk to Horace, for God's sake.
You know what? Dr. Van Helsing, I think that you should go to the senator, but I think that he kind of hates me. And also, I don't know if this child should be around such a terrible person. So I will go ahead and follow Zoom in with Ralph.
Why are you treating me differently?
You're a 10-year-old child.
This sounds good. Hey, Ralph, one of these times you're going to have to tell me about your new slang that you are using. You're using some words I've never heard before.
They're outdated, Doctor. You don't need to use them.
It's new to me.
All right. I'm going to follow first the party going to Mr. Horace, and then we will catch up with the rest. Jerome, Effie, and the Dr. Helsing find yourself at congressional offices, and you're ushered right in to Mr. Horace's sitting room. Dude!
Mr. Horace.
It's so good to see you, my bro.
Equally good to see you, my friend.
So listen, I was up all night and again this morning after the throwing up part, which, totally grody, bro, but here we are. And here's kind of what I got, Most of my dudes, they are totally willing to drop the bit in the bill about Irishmen. They're like, whoa, dude, that was kind of like too far anyway, brah. And honestly, nobody can really remember why we did that in the first place except for me. So we're totally back on track to do that. But still, everybody's kind of like, Chinese women, all prostitutes, you know what I'm saying? And we can't destroy the moral fiber of this country. And also we don't want to have a bunch of China people here. So that's what's going on. What do you think?
What happened to the really good idea that you had about the happy hour Horace Page Act?
Yeah, no, I've been told that one's got to go to committee.
That is accurate.
I've been told I can't just make booze free for an hour every day, which is totally uncool, you feel me, brah? But, there's rules and stuff, and I'm honestly, not all that sure about how this whole thing works. You know what I'm saying, brah? But, we can totally do it. You and me, we can pass a happy hour bill, and we can convince everybody to repeal the other bill.
Jerome has been standing in the back, and he's now very concerned.
Hold on. You guys listen, we gotta let the bill pass as it was, it preserve the timeline. That's your job. That's why you have my Beth.
Yes, your Beth, yes.
Leave him here.
If I may be of assistance.
Oh, Frank was here? I mean,
Mr. White is in the door. I believe with my assistance we may indeed erase the Page Act from history. I find it would be of great advantage to certain industrialist properties to get extra manpower at this point in time.
Well,
what are the consequences of what you're suggesting?
I don't believe you need to worry yourself particularly, Miss Derringer. Would this not increase the overall freedom of movement of human capital? I mean, human beings upon the planet?
I'm thinking, what if they did come over, but they were treated horribly? Who knows if this would actually be better or not?
You worry yourself too much with details, my good doctor. Is not this truly a tragedy?
This is where Van Helsing would say something really wise.
You can make a comment about your nostrils, though. That's fine.
I take a deep breath, and my sensitive nostrils flicker like a strobe light.
There you go.
This is an interesting position that we find ourselves in. Jerome, I thought that you said Mr. White was very concerned with keeping the timeline exactly to a T. Why do you think that Mr. White now would be trying to alter the timeline?
He glares at Mr. White. I was pretty sure these bastards was all about doing the job they said they was be doing. But it's not too much of a surprise, They got their interests. But he is very powerful.
And he takes a few steps away from Mr. White.
And certainly, if If he wanted to do something, he's got a whole lot more resources than we do, you know?
My dear friends, I will not go behind your backs on this issue. It is simply not worth it. But if you do desire a change, I would be willing to make it on your behalf.
How do you benefit?
Did I not state? My original intent was to come here in order to keep the Irish labor moving to the United States as originally intended. However, increasing the overall labor capital within the United States would be of some advantage to me personally and my employers should you decide that that is an option you would like to pursue by eliminating the Page Act as it stands historically.
I think what we have to ask ourselves, Dr. Van Helsing, is it worth it to help people not be discriminated against if they're also being treated like money? But then they're not being discriminated against? Or is it worse that they're being treated like objects for the purpose of getting money? Maybe, just this once, we could try to change the timeline and see what happens. I'm sure the consequences couldn't be that dire. What do you think, Doctor?
Yes, we stand now as if on the edge of a knife. One small movement to either side will cause great movement in the future. I think that the best that we can do is move in the direction that is most positive for mankind.
So you support the freedom of movement for human capital upon the earth?
That is not how I would phrase my feelings.
Phrase it how you will, young lady. The effect is the same.
Yes, I think that at this time, we will move forward trying to cancel the bill altogether.
This is very disturbing news to me.
He looks around the room.
I'm gonna go. I'll be in touch.
Steal his time suit! No, I gave it back!
And Jerome vanishes.
Bye, Jerome.
Very good, my friends. Now, the bill will be voted on soon. Technically in 14 days, but we will accelerate the timeline. I will be about. Expect to attend the evening session of Congress. And Mr. White leaves the room. And you are left with Mr. Horace Page.
Dude, I consider this an absolute win, my bros.
All right, Zoo, Shar, and Ralph, you found yourself at the Haven. It is entirely burned out. It's partially caved in places, but the structure is mostly sound.
Okay, so I gingerly walk in. I see the door is like hanging on by a single hinge. I walk in and walk towards the bar and like run my hand across what's remaining 1/3 of the bar that hasn't been destroyed and look around the room.
Shar and Ralph will wait at the door, like just outside.
Okay.
Why?
You're a child. I'm not taking you into a building where you could be hurt.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say into a bar, and I was like, I was in there last night.
Hey, Zoo, buddy. Everything okay?
On the bar, as you run your fingers across it, there is a note that is just under the bar that says there is a private room for Amber in the back, and you feel yourself compelled to go into this room.
I walk towards the back room.
Gee, Zoo, stop being a knucklehead.
Yeah, where are you going, Zoo?
In the back room, everything is black with ash, like the entire room burned up from the temporal charge. But there is a long oblong object that, as you enter, flickers with light.
I pick it up.
You do pick it up.
I'm going to let go of Shar's hand and actually run inside after Zoo.
Okay.
Wait, Ralph, no!
You arrive in time to see a video of Amber appear on the surface of this oblong container. Hey, thank you so much. I knew I asked you to take care of things, Zoo, and I knew you would. So all you have to do is put your hand on top of the box for just a second, and it'll sync to my signal, and this entire thing will be over. Thank you so much for your assistance. Bye.
Zoo, no, Zoo!
Hey everyone, sorry to interrupt what must be another fantastic episode of the podcast, but here are a few words from our sponsors.
Hey everyone, it's Jessica here, and I'm just so excited to have you all tuned in. I can tell that you are super motivated to improve yourself and join the empowered people family. Yay! This course is for anyone feeling the need to develop their own powers of influence and social manipulation. Just click on the like and subscribe button, and you will be notified of my weekly passive-aggressive explainer videos as they go live. No longer do you need to live in fear of that frenemy with the sharp tongue, or your manager's insults disguised as compliments. With the techniques taught in this course, you will develop skills not just in identifying, but executing backhanded compliments, fashion insults, and hundreds more passive-aggressive manipulation techniques. Thank you for joining us and for taking your first step towards becoming an empowered person. Don't forget to use the code "That Dress Doesn't Make You Look Any Worse Than Usual" for 23% off your next Jessica-powered course. See you all next time.
Hey fam, Sarah here. I wanted to take a moment and say that we, as the fam plus Dan, can't thank you enough for journeying through time with us. If you know someone who'd enjoy listening to our seemingly endless shenanigans, please share our show with them, and let us know you've shared it by interacting with our Instagram, TikTok, and other social media accounts. And while you're at it, give us a follow. We post about new episodes and sometimes make funny videos. Lastly, you can now rate our podcast on several streaming services. If you like what you hear, please give us a rating, let us know, and I'll make you cookies or send you a sticker or something.
My hand moves slowly towards the oblong thing.
I'm gonna hold my bat in the air and yell, "By the might of Sir Tiffany's sword!"
Still nothing happens.
Shark takes the bat from Ralph and tries to smack Zoo with it.
What about the box?
Oh yes, tries to smack the box.
You are definitely too far away to keep Zoo from putting his hand on this for 1 second, and the box vanishes as your bat swing goes through empty air. And then Zoo, your duty is done and you feel totally normal.
Hey guys, what the crikey, what the heck are we doing back in here? We shouldn't have a kid in here, Shah. There should not be a 10-year-old boy. This place is half fallen down.
Zoom in. Look at me.
Yeah.
Look me in the eyes.
Yeah.
Are you in love with Amber?
Nah.
Then
to
why?
be honest, I find her really annoying.
Did you just do what her creepy box was asking you to do?
What are you talking about? What box?
Mrs. Nelson says that when you find a girl annoying, it means that you love her.
Listen, Ralph.
Ralph.
You can take Mrs. Nelson out on a date later. Leave me be.
No, Mrs. Nelson is gross.
Ralph? Now, Zoo, I don't know what you just did, but I have a really bad feeling about this. And if you bring Amber back, Amber hates me now, I'm pretty sure.
Shah, calm down. I have no idea what you're talking about. But look, let's just get out of this building before the roof falls down and we have manslaughter on our hands too.
Oh my God. Pick up the child. Pick up the child.
I pick up
Let's
Ralph
run
by
out
the
of here.
scuff of his shirt, like by the back of his shirt, and just walk out of the haven.
As you exit the building, you run into a very ordinary man.
Mr. White! And I look down at my hand and I see Frank, Mr. White, Frank White, Frank, Mr. White. Frank! I can't believe I forgot that for a second. Oh my gosh, good thing I mementoed this bitch.
Miss Shaw, may I talk with you briefly?
Yeah, I guess we'll head to the Capitol and I
Don't go too far.
lead Ralph just a few feet away and stand there.
Hey, Mr. White. Yeah.
Miss Shaw, I have agreed with your Dr. Helsing to assist in stopping the Page Act from ever passing. But I will require your intervention in order to accomplish this changing of the timeline.
Yeah, okay, so I caught like half of that. I think I stopped listening after you said Dr. Helsing. Then I tuned back in time to hear you say that you needed my help with something to do with the Page Act, so I'm all in. Okay.
Indeed, we only will require some of your persuasive powers, and I was here to give you a slight upgrade for the time being.
You're not gonna like inject me with something, are you?
Oh, heavens no, that would be barbaric.
Thank you, because I would pass out. That's why I don't do Botox. I'm all natural, unlike Amber.
Indeed. Will you please hold out your phone?
Yeah, but it's already a taser, so if you are trying to make it into another weapon, I think I'm okay.
No, it's no weapon, just a carrier wave improvement.
Well, okay. If you say so.
He waves a metal implement over your phone when you hold it out, and you gain 2 fate points, Shar. You also have an aspect that can be used in this scenario called Supercharged.
Okay.
Be sure to make it to the afternoon session of Congress. I have accelerated the discussion on the bill.
Are you going to be there? Because, like, I think you might throw off my vibe a little bit, but if you have to be there, like, I guess I understand.
I can make myself scarce. All that matters is you be in the audience and that you speak on behalf of the Page Act not passing.
I can do that. I can do that. And then Shar walks towards Capitol Hill.
All right. We're going to move to the afternoon, unless anyone else has any preparations they'd like to make.
I have to brush my teeth still.
Please go back to Beth and brush your teeth.
Shar changes into a really fantastic, sharp-looking suit with pants.
That's awesome.
Hey, Ralph, you can come with me because you can come and see me be awesome. And you get to see the Capitol building for the first time. Yay!
For the second time. It's not
Oh
working.
yeah,
Why?
I keep forgetting that, like, you've been there before, but as the knight. Anyway, we gotta go. Okay, you've got your bat. I've got my suit. We're all ready.
It's not working though.
What?
My bat's not working.
Listen, mate, it happens to everyone. Just have a glass of orange juice, chill out for a minute.
He's too young for this discussion.
Things will work themselves out.
Ralph, guess what? Back on the ship, Chaos is like, somewhat of a rising genius when it comes to things not working, and then he gets them kind of working again. So I totally understand that you're frustrated. Like, my phone sometimes dies when I've been irresponsible, but we're gonna fix it, okay? But first, you have to go see me be a total boss on the Congress floor.
Okay.
And then they walk away.
Yeah, scene change.
Miss Effie, Mr. Zuman, I have one final request of you to complete this plan.
Yes, Frank.
Vice President Henry Wilson would be an ardent supporter of the act and could be a vote that would split a tie in the Senate. It is important he does not make the debate tonight.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Frank, I've had this idea that I've been working on for a while, right?
Very good, Mr. Zuman. I trust the two of you can get this done.
Okay, all right.
He gives you pictures of the vice president.
All right, Zuman and Effie walk away.
And he walks away. I'm a very busy man tonight on your behalf.
Thanks, Frank. Thanks. And then I turn around and leave with Effie. All right, Effie, look, I've been thinking about this thing that I can do, right? I've already become a chihuahua. That's pretty small. So if I become a bug, like let's say like one of them Christmas beetles or whatever, right? You can put me in a straw and shoot me at him. You know, like paper ball thingies, right? Spitball guns. And then I'll crawl into his ear and I'll tell him stuff and he'll think I'm a demon or God. And he'll just do what I tell him, right? And then he doesn't have to get hurt, but we'll succeed.
We certainly are all about impersonating God in this podcast.
I mean, it's not that hard of a job, right? Anyone can do it.
Bruce Almighty could.
This doesn't sound like something that would be difficult for me to achieve. If that is what you want to do, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, and then like worst comes to worst and it doesn't work, you can knock him out with a karate chop or a Vulcan grip or whatever the crap you come up with. Worst case scenario. But if we don't have to hurt anyone, we shouldn't, right? Like that's, yeah. And Zoo has a very determined look on his face and pulls Effie into a side alley just as they get towards where his offices are and attempts to shift into a bug.
Okay, roll me some lore.
Come on, only good roll of the night. I got a +2 on the dice, and then I have +2 to lore, so that's 4. And then if it's about animals, I get my animal affinity, so that's +2 again. So that is a 6.
Okay, would you like to succeed with a consequence?
As long as my consequence is not related to size. Like if I have a tiny zoom-in head, I'm fine with it.
I promise the consequence is not related to size.
Then yes.
Okay.
I almost
I
always
wanted
have
you to be a
consequence.
giant beetle.
You'll like this one.
All right. I begin the shift.
It goes perfectly.
Oh, nice.
Evie!
Yes, Suman.
Pick me up! Put me in the straw!
I turn my middle finger into a hollow device and lower it down so he can climb inside.
I back up into the straw and settle my butt in so that my thorax fits the whole straw.
And it constricts around you for a tight fit.
Excellent.
All right, Evie, you gotta find him. You can shoot me right at him.
I do that.
All right, roll me some stealth to sneak into the offices of the vice president.
I hope that there's a straight up fate roll at some point to determine whether or not he's cleaned his ears.
Oh, gross.
I
had not
rolled
thought of that.
a 0, but I have 2.
Okay.
I should have said I'll help her. Dang it.
I don't think you can reasonably help from being a small bug inside of her finger.
Fair.
But the good news is you've succeeded. You walk through the halls of Congress. And by the halls of Congress, I mean the offices of the president. And you are entirely ignored by the people that you pass by. And I want you to tell me why.
It's because I look so normal.
You're literally giving everyone you pass the finger.
You don't know that. You don't know that. I don't have to stick it out. I could just hold my whole hand together.
You're right.
I'm just being super nonchalant, like I belong there, and maybe I look like I'm carrying a ladder, so they think I'm doing work.
Fantastic. You are Ocean's 11ing this. And now, approaching Mr. Wilson, it's now time for a shoot roll to see how close we get to the target of a man's ear.
Evie, make sure you shoot me just a little bit off his ear, because I don't want to rupture his eardrum.
Well, what if I shoot you into his, important vein, and then you...
You don't use me like a damn bullet, Effie!
This was your idea!
Just pull back on the PSI, for goodness sake!
You're the one who wanted me to blow you out of my finger.
Oh god, we should have done a pressure test. Whatever, just do it. I'll use my wings to cushion the blow.
Don't worry, Bug. I'm a professional. I rolled a 6.
Okay, from a small window in his office as you walk by, you casually hold out your hand and fire Zoom in the Beetle into this man's hair.
I open my wings at the last second just to slightly slow down the speed and land in his hair of his sideburns? Question?
Sure.
All right. I make my way slowly, carefully to the hole of his ear canal and begin to work my way in there.
Oh,
but not like too deep, just a little bit.
I'm
so that,
uncomfortable right now.
You can hear me, but not enough so that I'm actually entering his ear canal. I'm just going to be he's got dark hair, so I'm just camouflaged. If I go into his brain, that could be a problem.
We're talking headphone deep, or not quite that deep, or a little bit deeper?
No, headphone deep.
I want you to roll stealth for me, and you can have a +2 bonus for being a beetle.
Yay. That's a +4 on stealth then.
All right. He does not notice as you work yourself from his sideburns to tangle yourself inside his ear hair.
Yes. Okay, now how much wax is in here exactly?
Well, this is before the invention of Q-tips.
Oh, God.
But maybe we didn't need Q-tips when we didn't have Q-tips, and when we had Q-tips, then we started needing them.
We evolved to need them.
Yeah.
All right, there's a medium level of wax. This is obviously a man who takes care of himself.
All right, when do you want to start your campaign of disinformation?
Yeah, I guess I'll just start it right now.
The love of your life is Chinese woman.
What's his name again?
Thank you, Watto. Henry Wilson.
Henry Wilson.
Oh, my goodness. Me?
Demon Ragnar.
What?
How do you think you've accomplished what you've accomplished?
He looks around and moves his...
But stop looking around, you fool. You'll call attention to us.
he waves to dismiss his staffers from the room. I did not know you would ever actually come.
Listen, yes. You knew one day we would call forth our contract. I have but a simple request, relatively speaking.
My soul?
No, who wants your soul, for heaven's sake? You're a politician.
Oh,
that has been behest by Beelzebub long since.
I suppose.
Your task is a simple one. Wilson, listen to me. Your family will be safe. The nation will thank you one day. And so will your demonic overlords. Now, you are good to go to the session of Congress that is happening in the afternoon/evening. There, an idiot man, Horace Page, will attempt to repeal his bill. You shall support his action. Keep it from passing at all costs, and your bargain with Beelzebub will be met. So says me, Ragnar!
Roll to deceive.
+5.
Can I have, that was the best acting I've ever done in this whole podcast.
That was really great. You could have a scene aspect.
All right, I will definitely invoke the aspect that's on the scene. Okay, come on. This is it. This is the most important role of my life. Okay, I have no deceive. Shit. Okay.
I mean, he's got to get a bonus for being
I got
inside
+2.
of his ear.
So that's a +3 in total. I rolled a 1.
Well, politicians are very good at sensing motive, so it's a good thing I rolled a -4.
Go now, Wilson. There is no time to waste. It is almost the afternoon/evening.
Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. He bows to the corners of the room. Never again will I participate in these silly fraternity parties. I've made terrible mistakes.
Yes, and your butt was red for weeks.
He runs from the room, donning his hat as he leaves. Okay, we're going to go now to a session that is just barely starting. Who is with Mr. Page at this time?
I am.
Yeah, me too.
Apparently Ralph is too.
I assume Van Helsing is actually with Horace as his personal friend, but if you want to be in the audience.
Shar is sitting with Ralph in the audience. She keeps pointing out different parts of the architecture and art and different people and trying to act like she's really smart, but she's definitely getting only 10% of it right.
Big deal. This is boring.
Ralph, we have to pretend that we're interested so that the people think that we are the superiors in this situation, okay? So even though I know that it's all a little blasé, we gotta just pretend, okay? Let's see who can pretend the hardest to be interested in what's happening.
Dude, I'm kind of freaking out here, dude. I don't know if we can actually go through with this. This is really gonna be hard, dude.
Remember when we were surfing in that beach?
I never did figure out how you did that, dude.
Just trust me like you did then. I promise that this will be fine and that history will smile upon you for changing your mind on this bill.
He puts his hands around yours.
Okay, dude. I trust you. I trust you, dude. It's gonna be okay. Oh gosh, I think I'm gonna be sick. Do you have any courage with you, dude? Any liquid courage?
I never leave home without it. And I offer him my canteen.
A flask?
Yeah, it's a flask. I offer him my flask.
All right. He takes it and he takes a very long pull before handing it back. And Mr. White appears next to you.
My friends, I feel, Mr. Page, that perhaps eloquence is not your strong suit. However, it is for Mr. Van Helsing. Therefore, I suggest you wear this.
And he hands him an earpiece, much like your comms, which Horace, handshaking, puts in his ear.
Now, Dr. Van Helsing, you will have access to speak with his voice. You will be the one giving the final say when it comes to this discussion tonight.
That means Nathan has to do a Californian accent.
Whoa, dude!
Not a
Nathan
problem.
has to do Van Helsing doing a Californian accent.
Oh no. Whoa, dude.
It's Jake Baum all over again, trying to be a German.
Yeah. That was fun.
The stage is set. The Congress Hall is rowdy. People are milling back and forth, and from time to time you catch glimpses of Mr. White flitting between members of Congress and senators, passing along pieces of paper, shaking hands, and each time looking pointedly in your direction when he leaves. The first speaker gets up, and it is a Mr. Mungeon, who you've been familiar with in the round robin the night before. He's arguing for the bill to pass. And let me quote a historical quote. And then I'm going to have you, Shar, give the first rebuttal. Mr. Mungeon takes the stand and he pounds his fist. He says, "What American laborer can support himself and family on 20 cents or even 50 cents per day? The Chinaman can live easily in this country for 15 cents a day. At 40 cents a day, he saves nearly $90 a year. At this rate, in less than 7 years, he pays his passage home and retires with $500. With that amount in China, he is rich and can be almost a mandarin. On these terms, millions of Chinese will come. On double these terms, capitalists will engage millions of them, thus superseding the white labor. But why dwell longer upon a subject so disgusting, so revolting, that it must shock the moral sensibilities of everyone who has ever listened to or will read the evidence submitted to the House today? I hope, sir, that it will have been the effect to place a dividing line between vice and virtue, that it will send the brazen harlot, who openly flaunts her wickedness in the faces of our wives and daughters, back to her native country, and teach those traffickers in human beings that this land of ours, where virtue is respected and honest toil appreciated, we will no longer submit to their infamous practices."
Oh, damn.
Shar raises her hand and stands up and kind of clears her throat and goes, "Is it okay if I take a second to talk?"
You feel your voice magnified, and everyone in the room turns to look at you, even though you're sitting in the audience.
If I may, my name is inconsequential. However, what is consequential is the fact that you have a lot of logical fallacies in your argument for passing this bill. First off, if someone can live on 15 cents a day. Okay. If someone can live on 15 cents a day, doesn't that make them better than the people that can live on only 50 cents a day? Because it shows that they're able to be frugal, they're really smart, and actually, you know what? If you are expecting your labor to succeed on 50 cents a day, then really you should be expecting that everyone can live that same kind of lifestyle. Anyway, so all of that aside, I also would say that I think that you're being a little bit prejudiced against people when you don't even know if all of the people that you're talking about are harlots. And that's really kind of rude. And I personally know a lot of people that are from Asia and they're not. And I also know a lot of people that are from America that are. So I think that you're being really discriminatory and it's really not very nice or kind. And you're setting a lot of people up to not be successful. And most of those people are your own.
Go ahead and roll rapport.
Okay. I rolled a 0, but I'm gonna use my good vibes only. So I get +3. I'll spend a fate point, and then I will. So that's a +3 to my +4. So that's 7. And then I'm also gonna spend my other fate point and do supercharged. So then.
Oh gosh.
I will have a +9.
Okay, +9. The audience cheers after your speech. And
yeah, after my really shitty speech.
Mungeon looks disappointed and frustrated. And there is now space for a rebuttal from a member of Congress, and that is going to be Van Helsing imitating the voice of a very tipsy and shaky Horace Page who approaches the stand of the speaker.
Okay. Well, the only thing that is coming to my mind is a southern accent, so I gotta think through this.
Just say dude a lot. That's all I do. It'll be fine.
My fellow dudes and dudettes of the House, we are gathered here today to debate a bill that I myself have propagated and presented on this floor. I came here today to reverse my position on this bill that I have submitted. My thinking was narrow-minded, dudes. I met one Chinese prostitute, and I assumed that all Chinese women were prostitutes. Now, if we expand this mode of thought onto all Americans, this clearly is an error. Now, as far as Mr. Mungeon's remarks, I say if we can let these dudes come here from China and work and go back to China with our American ideals, American money, and American products, we can expand our economy on a scale that has not yet been seen on this planet. We will become a superpower. And I say it's time to expand our trading, expand our markets, and expand a warm welcome to the people of China and Asia. Thank you, dudes. Thank you, dudettes.
Wow, get him going, and Nathan
All right.
pull one out, man.
Let's get us a rapport check.
Can I give him a +1?
You definitely can.
That's just a +3. I roll what with a plus. Okay, so it's a +4 with the +1.
All right.
I technically also have rapport.
Ralph is smiling really big.
He goes, here.
Let's push it to 5 then. Ralph, do you want to offer some commentary from the seats to justify your inclusion?
Gee whiz!
Totally good.
Your remarks keyed off. Your remarks keyed off by Char's good vibes only spur more applause. And now, Sir Zhu, you hear Mr. White's voice in your ear as he walks by. Call for a vote.
Okay, so I'm not making any speech.
You can still make a speech, but you need to end by calling for a vote.
Okay.
I want to hear Keith make a speech.
Yeah.
Speech.
Do I make a speech as Tiny Zubin?
Yes.
All right, Wilson, it is I, Ragnar. It is time. Repeat everything that I say.
Repeat everything that I say.
Shh. Quiet, man.
Quiet, man.
Oh my gosh.
Hear me, fellow congressmen. Hear me, peons. I, as well as all of you, represent the people of this great, great nation. A nation that was formed by the founding fathers on the principles of capitalism and free market. This bill is a pure act of weakness. It demonstrates a lack of faith in the power of our capitalist economy. If we would suffer such a blow as this man suggests, only because we allow more labor into our country, then surely we are not thinking as capitalists. Nothing bad will come of a reduced cost labor. The white man will work twice as hard to keep his jobs, and the economy will be fueled. We are America. We must exploit all opportunities for expansion. I am in support of Horace Page, and I demand a vote immediately. Excellent. Now your deal with the
Excellent. Now your deal with...
No, man. No. Be quiet now.
Sorry, master. Don't punish me.
You'll feel a slight pinch.
I bite the entire Ezekiel out.
The people come to their feet, and a voice vote is held. And almost unanimously, the bill is dismissed. You feel the tiny...
Leave his ear.
You feel the tiniest of quakes ripple across the world, though nobody else seems to notice.
You group of lackadaisical idiots. What have you done?
Thanks so much for listening to another episode of FAM. Now, Cousin Timmy needs a volunteer for his knife throwing act in the upcoming church talent show, so please get back to him if you're willing to have knives thrown at you.